Hey everyone, this is Cholera with Klazart, and we're going to be doing Game 2 of Group C of the OSL here, round of 16. This is Flash versus Upmagic, and this should be a very, very good matchup here. Upmagic, normally I wouldn't say would be a fair match against, you know, the Terminator Terran that is KTF Flash. However, Upmagic this season has not only been carrying Team Eastro above its normal 11th or 12th place finish, he's actually finished, I think, 9th or something in Eastro this season, but he also has gotten himself into the round of 16 of both Star Leagues and managed to defeat very impressive players on the way. So, I mean, he's also beaten Jaedong recently. He beat Much in both of the round of 32s in the two Star Leagues, and now he's facing Flash. I mean, this is going to be obviously an order of magnitude higher than Much, although he did beat Jaedong. So, I mean, I don't know. Flash, of course, is... what can I say about Flash? Flash is just absolutely great at Terran versus Terran, and... I mean, we won't spoil what happened in the MSL, which I believe was casted yesterday and should go up pretty soon. But we'll see what happens in this game. By the way, Upmagic is at the bottom left and Flash is at the upper right. Bottom left in orange for Upmagic, upper right rather for Flash in teal.
Yeah, I mean, Flash, and looks like Upmagic is going to be scouting earlier than Flash right now. Flash is pretty unbeatable when it comes to Terran versus Terran, but he's not, well, I used the wrong word. He's not unbeatable. Flash is pretty strong and solid and nearly, virtually unbeatable when it comes to Terran versus Terran, but he isn't actually unbeatable. And looks like Upmagic building a proxy Rax right outside Flash's base. Looks like he's relying on Flash not spawning it. Flash is building a Rax as well in his base, and it's just a question of whether Upmagic, he is building the proxy Rax, but he's going to need more than one Rax to be able to overwhelm Flash, or he's going to need to catch Flash with his pass down. Meanwhile, he's actually also taking his extractor, so that's interesting. He's not really going all in. I would have expected him to maybe try and build a second Rax if he was really going to commit himself and go all in. So he is building quite a forward Rax, and it'll be interesting to see what sort of strategy Upmagic develops from here.
I mean, yeah, I think this is once again like we saw in the other game, actually, the Terran versus Protoss game. It's sort of similar. It's just an aggressive forward positioning here of his forces, and I like it, actually. I think it's a very, very strong opening that we've been seeing a lot on two-player maps like Destination and this map, which is Chupung Ryeung. You know, you still can have pretty much the same timing for a factory build, but you'll get your first Marine out a little bit sooner, and you'll be able to just be a little more aggressive than you otherwise would be, and maybe even take out an SCV, or usually not, but mainly the reason is also because you're going to float your barracks up anyway, so they're going to get an earlier scout with the Rax than they would if they had position in a normal position. Anyway, now Upmagic has a SCV inside of Flash's base. Flash, noticed, going back to his old ways again, apparently, not sending out anything to scout yet. I don't think he's going to scout at all this game, just assuming that his opponent's not doing anything tricky. Just, you notice that, Klazart? He hasn't sent out anything.
Yeah, this is the thing about Flash. He is his own worst enemy. I mean, you can't.
And he loses an SCV
looks
too.
like
Wow.
SCV for looks like he lost an SCV there, but he hasn't sent a scouting SCV out. Remember, so he can afford to lose one if he manages to take his opponent's SCV out.
Yeah.
Well, I guess even if he doesn't take Upmagic's SCV out, he's still going to be all right because he hasn't sent a scouting SCV out, and that SCV for Upmagic hasn't been mining that whole time. So even though he lost that SCV, he's not too badly off. But yeah, you're right. It's very difficult for any other player to beat Flash, but Flash can beat himself just through his sheer arrogance from time to time and carelessness.
Exactly.
But it doesn't look like it's given him a huge disadvantage right now. It looks like Flash is setting up to build his command center in that corner. I think he's just hoping to try and take that to start off his command center. I think he's just hoping to try and take that Rax down so that his opponent doesn't see it. But I think he's given up. He's actually starting up the command center near the top to try and fool Upmagic.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to make too much a difference because that Rax is going to float back anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Both players starting up with very standard openings, it seems. Both of them have gone factory into expansion, as can be expected. Although there's a deviation here. Upmagic has gone for a Vulture first, whereas Flash is evidently going for tanks first, or getting one tank out at least. And Upmagic might be able to pick off another SCV or two critically here. So, you know, Flash actually losing losing both Marines. This could actually be really bad for Flash. He might lose a couple more units here. It loses one more SCV, but that'll be it, I believe. Yeah, there's the tank. Going to take care of these early two Vultures. Although the Vultures pick off all three Marines and an SCV, so definitely a good trade for one Vulture there by Upmagic. He certainly won that side of the deal. Flash like you were saying, he can beat himself very well. And notice this, Upmagic once again trying to be creative. He's known for being a creative player, and he's going for an early starport. Flash has obviously not scouted, nor can he scout right now anymore. But he's gone for a second factory, so another deviation. And this is not exactly a Wraith rush. It's obviously a fairly late Wraith build, if that is what he's going to go for. But it could still surprise Flash and do a little bit more damage. Yeah, we are seeing Wraith. We're not seeing anything else coming out. So it is going to be an early Wraith. And if Upmagic can keep Flash off kilter long enough, just maybe he'll be able to pull a victory off.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's such a great idea to get raids out. I would have thought that it would be better getting that early star put down to try and get some dropships in and get a little bit of maneuverability, get some cute drops going. Although obviously he doesn't have enough units to really make the effective drops. The key question is how long is it going to be before Flash puts his armory down? And it looks like he's gotten that SCV through. The question is he going to be able to? The SCV unfortunately is in the scout the wrong side of the base, but Upmagic is chasing it and it's going to kill the SCV. So he's not going to see the starport. He's seen the second factory, but that second factory is quite late. He's seen the command center and the second factory going down late. So Flash is actually going to try and push down, and Upmagic's going to be forced to reveal his raid probably a little bit earlier than he hoped to in trying to defend this, because Flash does have 2 tanks. Upmagic's raid is actually in Flash's base now, so Flash has noticed that Flash is producing Marines, and that was why it was so key that Upmagic killed those Marines with those vultures, because he took out those 3 Marines.
Yeah.
Otherwise Flash would have had 2 or 3 Marines to defend against that one raid. So Flash might take a little bit of economic damage here, and he's going to be forced to put an armory down and get some Goliaths out.
Yeah, at some point he will be, but it looks like Flash is going to go in. Meanwhile, though, both sides losing a tank each. Flash is trying to do some damage here. Wraith coming in to help, though. Flash loses a second tank. Wow, Flash once again losing a skirmish there. Flash lost 2 tanks. Upmagic only lost 1, and Flash has, meanwhile, been stopped from advancing any further. That one Wraith is just going to be so annoying for Flash, and Upmagic will get a chance to repair there. So Flash losing all of these little early engagements, and while they're small, they're, adding up to be kind of significant. I just don't know. I mean, Upmagic's Terran versus Terran is not anything really to write home about. Unfortunately for him, I think he's gotten a lot better at Terran versus Zerg and Terran versus Protoss, but TVT I still don't see as something he can really stand up face to face, mano y mano with, Flash, who obviously is just a crazy little kid who, just ridiculous. I mean, obviously you should watch the MSL series, but you'll see what I'm saying there. Or maybe you won't, but anyway, Upmagic's just gonna, have to play his best out here, because it looks like he hasn't really taken Flash that far behind.
Yeah, Upmagic very cleverly putting that supply depot down to block that rear exit from the ramp to make sure that Flash doesn't come in behind and harass. But you can see Flash already spreading the spider mines around all over the place, and he's got an academy up as well, getting those comm sets up. Upmagic hasn't put his academy down yet, so he's not in any position to get those comm sets up. And Flash realizes that he needs the comm sets because Upmagic has got that Wraith, and that Wraith is quite a clever thing actually, because it's going to give him that aerial view so that he doesn't really need comm sets to actually be able to see his opponent. But Flash has got lots of spider mines there, and this is something that Flash does very effectively when he doesn't have the ground forces to match his opponent. He uses vultures and spider mines to delay his opponent, and now you can see that Wraith being very effective, doing a little bit of damage to the tanks, but more importantly spotting for Upmagic's tanks. But the problem for Upmagic is that he can't proceed without the comm sats because of those spider mines. So that was quite a clever little maneuver by Flash. Upmagic is not going to be able to push up that ramp without the comm sats, so he's effectively locked in to that part of the base. And looks like, I think Upmagic, I'm not sure what Upmagic lost there and how Flash killed it, didn't seem to be in range of those siege tanks, but maybe it just about was. And finally a Goliath is going to come out from Flash to try and usher that Wraith away. So Flash definitely having the early positional advantage by using those vultures to put those spider mines out, and now he's pushed that Wraith away as well, and he's kind of locked Upmagic into this bottom left hand corner, and he definitely has more of the map than Upmagic does. It's just a question of whether Upmagic is going to be able to break out of this, or if he's going to find himself landlocked here and not be able to push out. He still doesn't have comm sats as far as I can tell.
He has a whole lot more tanks than Flash, but you're absolutely right. I mean, this position is so critical on Chupung Ryeung. I can't stress it enough. I mean, games have been lost literally because of this hill. Whoever holds their opponent's hill, if they can do it, will win the game, almost certainly. And here we're seeing that Flash is actually, looks like he's lost all of his mines on top except for 2, and now there's 2 Wraiths out. Looks like, interesting enough, Upmagic decided to persist on him, but I don't know if Upmagic can get up this hill, especially not against sieged up tanks from Flash. Upmagic trying to bring an SC4 to take some hits, SCV take some hits. Flash still has fewer tanks, but I don't know about this. No! Flash does lose most of his tanks there in that last salvo, and Upmagic scouting Wraith has definitely paid off in dividends. Flash was unable to spot for his tanks, whereas Upmagic was, and Upmagic wins that battle decisively.
Yeah, Flash is in huge trouble now. Upmagic hasn't produced any vultures after a certain point. He just concentrated on pumping tanks. Flash was forced to pump a couple of Goliaths just to protect himself. And the two tanks he lost in that early skirmish proved to be, I think, the big difference there. So now Upmagic is going to be the one who's going to be able to set up a blockade on Flash, and Flash is going to have a really hard time defending this. Meanwhile, Upmagic continuing to harass Flash with those raids, and he's now pushing up on the ramp past Flash's forces, trying to get up the cliff above behind Flash's siege tank. So Flash is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to have to really pull out all of his skills and all of his tricks and really open up his goodie bag to pull something out and push Upmagic back, because Upmagic is now setting up really clever positioning with his tanks and securing more than his half of the map. And Flash's gambit, unfortunately, almost paid off, but just did not quite.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Flash can keep Upmagic away from his hill, it won't be necessarily that big of a loss, especially because Flash has obviously got better macro than almost any Terran, probably than any Terran in a TVT situation that I know of, or than anyone knows of. Flash also just finished a speed for his Vulture, so you're speaking about Flash's goodie bags. One of his goodies is Vulture surrounds with mines. I mean, if Upmagic leaves a couple of tanks somewhere for even just a minute, Flash might be able to find them, surround them with vultures, and get some cheap kills off of them with spider mines. I'm not going to say whether he won or lost, but we saw that in his games in the MSL group of Group F of the MSL that we just casted 2 days ago. So you know, we're definitely seeing Flash just trying to move out here, and just, you know, he's so good with his vultures. He's definitely like a Neo Nada, like I said. Very just Nada-esque there with his vultures. He's going to spot that third base trying to go up for Upmagic, and I don't know if he's going to be able to respond to it at all. Flash actually has built a third base, and he's got a starport up in a very hidden location behind his natural, so he's probably going to get some drop ships, and that's probably how he's going to react in terms of being able to push out. Meanwhile, he's also sealed off another entrance to his territory there with a couple of tanks.
Yeah, Flash has got that starport with the control tower, but I don't think that's really an advantage for him, because Upmagic has had his starport up for quite some time now, and I have a feeling that by now he probably would have got the control tower up. Upmagic once again trying to push forward a little bit, and Flash gets the vulture in within the range of the tanks. Upmagic shelling his own tanks because of that vulture getting in proximity of Flash's tanks. And this time Upmagic is now using his raids to take out those two tanks that Flash has, while he's trying to prevent the Goliath from coming in range to try and push those raids away. So the Goliath is going to come down. Unfortunately for Flash, his tanks have taken a little bit of damage, and the two raids actually managed to kill one of the tanks down, and Flash still hasn't been able to kill a single raid. Then finally one of the raids dies. If you notice, it's the same two raids that Upmagic had initially that he's continuing to use against Flash, and he's because he's been repairing them, but he's continuing to push Flash back a little bit continually, and Flash isn't looking great to me. It doesn't look like he's in a great position. Upmagic definitely has the economic lead, and he's got more units on the ground. He's controlling more of the map, and I think Flash's early attempts to contain seem to have backfired on him.
It definitely seems like it. I mean, just look at this. Upmagic spanning around the map. He's trying to pick up a hidden expansion on the left side. Not sure if that's a smart idea. Now he intercepts Flash's dropship. So Flash's attempt at surprising him with a Vulture Rush completely fails. The dropship might go down. The dropship will go down. Looks like Upmagic sacrificing another Wraith there to take down the dropship. That's well worth it, I feel. And, yeah, Upmagic trying to expand in pretty much Flash's territory on the left side, 9 o'clock position. He's also, meanwhile, going to have that third base already up. He might have a fourth base up at the lower right and a fifth base at the 9 o'clock. So he's definitely expanding all around the map. He's trying to out-Flash Flash. Flash, meanwhile, has got another dropship, but Flash is putting up his fourth now at the middle area, at the, I guess, middle 1130 position. So Upmagic trying to one-up him. Yeah, there's Flash's fourth. And finally, these two SCVs managed to take down the mine that Flash had left blocking at the bottom right. I know that was preventing him from expanding for a while. Flash has dropped 4 vultures now, but I think Upmagic knows they're coming, but Flash is going to run by, maybe pick off those 2 SCVs, and that's going to slow down Upmagic just maybe a minute, but that's what he needs. He needs to do these small things with his very high APM, just, you know, just multitask around the map and try to harass Upmagic, and he really has to, you know, use these small ways to chip himself back into this game.
Yeah, Flash has actually trapped himself now because of that supply depot that Upmagic built that Flash didn't know about. So Upmagic is now going to come in nicely with his 4 tanks, take out the spotter mines, and kill those 4 vultures of Flashes, which are unfortunately trapped between the siege tanks and the supply depots. So Flash loses those 4 vultures, only killing 2 SCVs in the process and not doing any other damage. Flash's economy is okay for the moment, but Upmagic is just spread up all over the map. And if you look at the minimap, Flash is going to have a really hard time coming out of this. And Upmagic has been quite clever, actually. Flash now trying to push out, trying to break that that because he needs to take that left base out. Upmagic might have left himself a little bit vulnerable. Maybe that's what the maneuver with the vultures was all about. And Flash now has taken out almost both the Wraiths. The second Wraith almost getting taken out. Upmagic still, though, has brought his reinforcements back, and maybe that was what Flash's move was all about. It was trying to pull the vultures around the back to try and lure some of Upmagic's forces away so that he could try and push out. He has gained a little bit of territory, but not really enough to be able to secure that base back. And I think what I was trying to say was that Upmagic was very clever, and he's still doing it. He's not trying to get a dropship down. He's just continuing to produce Wraiths and banking on his Wraiths, keeping Flash's dropship count down so that he doesn't need to have the maneuverability himself since he's got overall map control. And I think that's a nifty little trick from Upmagic, which is something that we don't really see so often. And it looks like Flash now is about ready to try and make that push and take that 9 o'clock base back, but he's going to lose a lot of units in doing so, and Upmagic would have a good chance to counter.
Yeah, I mean, Flash looks like he's going in, but Upmagic, like you're saying, has got Wraiths, and he's got more tanks coming in now, so he's not going to be able to do a lot of damage. And once again, I don't think Flash is going to be able to do it with these 4 tanks. He's definitely not going to be able to do it. Even if he breaks the first line, Upmagic's follow-up forces will be way too much for him to handle, and I hope he knows that they're there, because if he advances those remaining forces in, they're just going to get wiped out by that giant army there. But Flash is probably too smart to just walk them in. He probably has a scan or good idea that it's been reinforced. So once again, he fails in his ability to take out that expansion. That is one full base ahead of Flash right now. And especially just looking at the food counts, you can see the difference. Upmagic at 142, Flash at 121. It's a solid 20 food lead in Terran versus Terran, a mirror matchup. So really, Upmagic is definitely ahead in pretty much every aspect right now. Flash is you know, like you said, Flash has that mobility, but Upmagic's got a lot of Wraiths to try to negate it. But if Flash manages to get by those Wraiths, though, if Upmagic throws away a couple more Wraiths, then it could make the difference. Meanwhile, Upmagic putting up dual armories, so he really wants to get the upgrades quickly. I'm not sure where Flash is going with his upgrades, if he's started them at all. No, it looks like Upmagic's got +1 already, and Flash, I'm not sure what he's at right now, but we'll probably see. Flash losing a lot of tanks now on the right side plateau.
Yeah, Flash's situation continues to go desperate. Upmagic with those 4 Wraiths now, hammering away at Flash's tanks, and he might lose 1 Wraith here if he's unlucky, and probably not even that. Okay, he lost 1 Wraith, so he's still got 3 Wraiths. But the problem for Flash is that Upmagic has formed this firewall. He's basically cut a line in the sand in a semicircular arc just above the 60% part of the map, and he's boxed Flash in, if you can see in the top of the map. And the clever thing about the boxing is that he's secured both the middle expansions on either side of the map. So Flash is only limited to his main, his natural, and the expansion that he's managed to take at the top left-hand corner, and I think there might be another one around in the middle at the 12 o'clock position. Yeah. But Upmagic has Upmagic has essentially got something like 8 expansions to Flash's 4 potentially, and Flash and on top of that, Flash has got less tanks than Upmagic, so Flash is having to use more and more units because Upmagic has this strong position. He can play defensive. Flash is having to use Flash is building a physics lab. Not surprisingly, considering the position Flash is in.
And so is Upmagic.
Upmagic's probably anticipating that that's Flash's only hope. So Upmagic is a little bit further behind than Flash in terms of the battle cruisers. Flash is going to have them up a little bit earlier, but Upmagic might be able to produce them at a faster rate and catch up by doing that. But the key here is that Flash has been breaking against Upmagic's forces. He's been sending his tanks out to try and regain position, and because of that, his count has been lowered. He's been having to sacrifice units, and all that does is solidifies Upmagic's lead further.
It does, but Flash trying to come back here with his own battle cruisers. Upmagic's building his own battle cruisers, killing off some SCVs so he can max out his Psi. And you know, all smart moves here, and it's a smart thing because on a map like this, especially a map with lots of hills, just look at how many freaking turrets Upmagic has. He totally knows about this. Upmagic is not surprised at all. He must have scanned it, and he knows exactly what to do, getting tons of turrets. So those battle cruisers are not going to be able to advance except with just incredible slowness because they're going to have to repair. You know, kill a couple of them. Maybe they're going to go with tanks. Most likely it'll be a battlecruiser tank push. But Upmagic wisely using up his minerals in turrets, and you know, right now he can afford it because he's 2 bases ahead of Flash. So Flash is going to have this battlecruiser advantage briefly. He's going to finish Yamato pretty soon. He's going to need to do some damage though. No, generally, you know, when pros go battlecruisers, Terran versus Terran, they don't just move battlecruisers by themselves like, you know, most of us would do if we had battlecruisers. They move them in close combination with their siege tanks. Their siege tanks take care of any ground forces, take care of any rather turrets or any Goliaths, and their battlecruisers take care of tanks. So this is what Flash is trying to do. Upmagic, though, is going to have Cloak rates up pretty soon, too. We saw the Cloak upgrading. He's got so many rates. I think that's going to be enough to take out Flash's forces here, these 3 battlecruisers.
Yeah, Flash is the huge trouble because Upmagic obviously saw the battle cruisers and has been massing raids for some time now, and obviously he has cloak technology as well. So Flash's battle cruisers are going to come out, and here come the raids.
Oh, there
and
it is.
Flash is
Oh,
going to run,
Valkyries!
and the battle.
Oh my God!
Valkyries! Oh, brilliant for
Valkyries!
Flash! He's got Valkyries
What?
to intercept the raids, and the Valkyries are going to chase the raids away. Massive kills on the raids by
Insane!
Flash's Valkyries, and now Flash is using the battle cruiser as well as
Oh,
the
those
Valkyries.
are
He's
the
also
battle
drawn the
cruiser!
raids into Goliath's raid, but Flash needs to get a scan off here. Flash is not going
What's
to
he
scan, and
doing?
his battle cruiser
What's
is
he
coming under
doing?
damage. Flash doesn't have Comsat, but he's
What's he
finally
doing
managed
with
to
his
force.
Valkyries?
He's meanwhile, it looks like he I don't know where those Valkyries went, but meanwhile it looks like Upmagic has taken advantage of the opportunity to push up towards Flash's 11 o'clock base. So Flash in huge trouble right now.
But the important thing, though, is that Upmagic's only building Wraiths, and Wraiths actually do get killed by Valkyries. TBT, Valkyries are actually the answer to something. They're the answer to mass Wraiths. And what Upmagic's going to eventually need are battlecruisers of his own. And if Flash stays ahead with his BC count, it doesn't matter how many Wraiths go up. These Wraiths are a waste of money once the Valkyries are out. I can't stress that enough. Okay, now Upmagic will be producing out of probably 5 starports there. There's his first battlecruiser of his own. I mean, just absolute insanity here. We haven't seen Valkyries and Wraiths and battlecruisers like this for a long, long time. I think the last time was probably I Love UUV versus Boxer in an OSL finals. I remember I didn't cast that, but it had lots of this kind of epicness. +1/+1 for Flash with his air units. And wow, this is shaping up to be an epic encounter here between these two Terran players.
And look at those Valkyries make mincemeat out of that engineering bay. That engineering bay goes down quick time. The problem for Flash is that he also doesn't have really the ground forces. Yeah, +2, 2, and 1 on those battle cruisers. The problem for Flash
look at
is
those
that,
Valkyries!
oh my
Eat
God,
those
massive Valkyrie
Wraiths!
kills on the raids. The raids did no damage whatsoever to Flash's battle cruisers. Just got completely taken down. And now. But the problem for Flash is that he doesn't really have the siege tanks to back up his air force, and that's going to allow Upmagic a little bit more time. But Flash really needs to secure a few more bases before Upmagic gets his battlecruiser count up. Otherwise, Flash is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Remember, Flash once again coming in. He's going to use the Valkyries against the battlecruiser and to also absorb damage from the turrets. Raids coming in again.
Wow.
Massive battle going off between and all. He's lost all his raids, and now he's going to lose the battlecruiser. Well, he really can't afford to lose the battlecruiser. He's using the Valkyries to actually tank the turrets. Flash doing some brilliance here, and now he's going to take out all the siege tanks. So he's finally going to be able to rescue that middle expansion, but Upmagic has been mining it for a while. The question is, Flash's maneuvers definitely seem to be having an effect, but the question is it too late? I think that one battle cruiser kill for Flash was absolutely huge, because that was also a battle cruiser that was full on energy.
Absolutely, you're right. I mean, when it comes down to battlecruiser for battlecruiser, you want to save up your energy because you have those critical Yamatos. When it comes down to the big battlecruiser fights, you're going to need them. +1/+1, meanwhile, for Upmagic, 1-2-2 already for Flash with his air, so his air is going to remain stronger than Upmagic's. And meanwhile, Flash looks like he's also repairing his battlecruisers smartly. You know, sometimes you forget to do that, and you know, even the pros don't do that sometimes. But he is going to repair, going to try to use all of his very, very high APM. Now he stopped mining here at the left side, so you know, Flash is still one base behind, even if he does take out this base. But at least he's narrowing it a bit, and he has that Valkyrie force. Now, Valkyries, for those of you who don't know, are not good against battlecruisers, especially in mass, because of just the buggy way of StarCraft. Basically, they also have each of the rockets also don't deal a lot of damage, which is the problem against heavy armored battlecruisers. But also, if there's a huge battle, Valkyrie rockets will actually malfunction. They'll just disappear because there's something like a limit of sprites or something on the screen. It's pretty stupid, but yeah, Valkyries were supposed to be good against battlecruisers. They're actually not. They're certainly still good against Wraiths, though.
Yeah, Flash has done a good job of fighting back and getting himself in a decent position in this game.
Wow, look at how many starports this guy has.
But as you can see, his opponent has still got map control, and Flash still hasn't been able to secure any further expansions or get. It's just Upmagic has too much gas and minerals, and Upmagic has mined a lot of those bases as well, so he's really far ahead. Flash has got a really large battlecruiser force, so it's hard to tell if Upmagic has actually been able to catch up on that. I think Upmagic has only got about 3 or 4 battlecruisers, whereas Flash has got almost a full control group, and Flash now looks like he's just about ready to take this expansion on the left-hand side, which is going to give him the minerals. So Flash is actually slowly working himself back into this game. game. The key question, the other key base that Flash needs to liberate is the one on the right-hand side, or at least the one in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just going to be too far behind in terms of resources, and it's all a question of conserving Flash's resources. The other key is that Flash has got 2/2 upgrades on his battlecruisers,
my God!
whereas his opponent only has 1/1, and they run straight into the Yamatos. The battlecruisers of Upmagic ran straight into Flash's Yamatos, and Upmagic didn't seem to have Yamatos. The Valkyries are coming into play as well. I'm not sure if they're dealing any damage.
my
This
God.
is going to be crucial here. I'm not sure if Flash is actually going to be able to win this, but Flash actually looks like he might be able to come on top. And if Flash comes on top in this battle, and he's going to wipe out all
Upmagic.
Oh my God! If Flash is now going to have a huge advantage, Upmagic.
Fail.
Upmagic is hurting right now. He is hurting right now.
My
He
God.
ran his battlecruisers into Flash's Yamatos, and he did not have Yamatos of his own. I didn't see a single Yamato shot go off from Upmagic. Did you, Cholera?
No, I didn't. He just didn't. Oh man, he needs to play more UMS games. He needs to play some more big game hunters with us, because obviously he doesn't know how to use his battle cruisers. Flash, of course, probably spends an hour every month
3v3
microing battle cruisers. Exactly. Flash probably spends 1 hour a month practicing battle cruisers at most, but that's enough, because obviously Flash is superior with his battle cruisers. And also, I was surprised by Upmagic's reaction earlier on by building so many damn wraiths. When he had the economy to build all battle cruisers, why did he build so many wraiths against Valkyries? I don't understand. And now it looks like it might cost Upmagic the game. Now he still has more mining bases. He had a lot saved up in his bank, so I'm sure he's producing battle cruisers out of like all 8 of those starports. But right now he just can't face Flash's army. Notice though, those Valkyries deal very little damage to the battle cruisers because of their low per rocket damage. It looks like Flash going in here. This might be a mistake though. No! Flash using up his Yamatos! Beautiful Yamato! And that's what battle cruiser versus battle cruiser is all about. It's all about the Yamatos.
Yeah, and Flash not only has got Yamatos, he's also brought Science Vessel along for D-Matrix, and I still haven't seen a single Yamato fired from the battlecruisers of Upmagic, and once again his battlecruiser fleet is wiped out, and Flash actually looks like he's going to be in a pretty comfortable position to win this game, because those Valkyries are actually dealing good damage, because Flash is actually separating them out. He's even sacrificing them, and unfortunately for Upmagic, he's losing battlecruisers as he's producing them. He's now producing Goliaths as well to hit them, so Flash is going to have to retreat here, otherwise he's going to lose too many battlecruisers. But you're right, absolutely right about one thing. Why, oh why, did Upmagic, and Flash in a little bit of trouble here, unfortunately losing a battlecruiser that he would have rescued to Upmagic's raids, but Flash has at least managed to rescue that left-hand side. I'm not sure if the Flash has done enough to seal this game yet, though, because Upmagic is ahead on the mineral count and the mining count, and he's got more expansions all over the map, and he has been mining for longer than Flash. So, and now he is probably at par in terms of battlecruiser count. The key question is, I still haven't seen a single Yamato shot from Upmagic, but I have to agree with you. Why oh why did he continue to build raids after he saw the Valkyries? I can understand the raids, the cloak raids as a counter to the battlecruisers, but Flash obviously anticipated the cloak raids and built mass Valkyries. Once he saw the Valkyries, he should have switched to battlecruisers sooner, and I'm not sure why Upmagic didn't do that.
Yeah, if he had done that, this game would not be a question right now. It would be over. Upmagic would have just been able to build double the battle cruisers for Flash easily and won the game. But as the fact stands, as the matter stands right now, Flash is still behind. I mean, but he's only 1 gas behind now instead of 2 gases behind. And it clearly shows, at least from what I've seen so far, that he is vastly superior to Upmagic in the use of battlecruisers, which is, you know, it's saying a lot, because right now what we have here is just battlecruisers. Normally that wouldn't matter an iota. I mean, it doesn't matter how good, you know, Frozian is. If Frozian was better than anyone in battlecruisers, he still wouldn't win a single game, because he would never ever get to battlecruisers. But in this case, it actually matters, because obviously this is what it's come down to, and Upmagic just looks very, very weak with his battlecruiser play, and I'm being serious. It's not good enough, and if without that being good enough, Flash should be able to take this game, even despite the economic disadvantage. Now the rates are actually going to be decent, though, because Flash has lost all of his Valkyries, so we might actually be seeing them come into play pretty soon.
Yeah, I think now Upmagic is going to be able to deliver some sort of hammer blow here, because Upmagic has got Goliaths and as well as battlecruisers. But Upmagic is bringing his Goliaths forward. He hasn't really brought his battlecruisers in support. Maybe he's waiting to try and get Yamato off on Flashes. And poor micro by Upmagic. He gets pushed back. He comes out with the Goliaths, but he actually walked into Flash's kill zone there, because that's the one place where Flash has tanks in the middle of the map. So Flash now still securing his left-hand side. But Upmagic has got more battlecruiser, not more battlecruiser, but Upmagic has got a good combination of battlecruisers, Wraiths, and Goliaths. Because of his heavy gas, he's been able to do that. Flash now with a lone dropship sacrificing sacrificing it obviously just to free up some psi for himself. Although Flash is only at 154, so I don't know why he needed to sacrifice that dropship. He could have even just kept that dropship alongside his battlecruisers, maybe just absorb even a single hit. That would have helped him. The key question here, ultimately, I think, is going to be how good is Upmagic going to be with his Yamatos? Because if he cannot affect the Yamatos, he's obviously going to pay a heavy price. And once again, we see a push up the middle with ground forces alone by Upmagic just to try and distract Flash's Air Force. But this is going to be interesting. Flash has a chance here simply because of his superior control. Upmagic really should win. Now Upmagic has the numbers. Now I think Flash is in trouble.
Well, it's going to come down, like we're saying right now, to how well Upmagic can do with his battle cruisers. I mean, sure, if it was Nada sitting there instead of Upmagic, he'd be winning this game. He would have won this game already because Nada knows battle cruisers inside and out. He came from an age when battle cruisers were still seen in games sometimes. I mean, battle cruisers now are so rare that when we see them, we go crazy. But back in Nada's day, you know, he did them against Zerg, for example. Nada versus Hot Forever. He did them many times against Terran. Anyway, though, a couple of vultures getting inside of Flash's bases. That's very nice because he's picking off all the SCVs mining gas. Obviously, that's the limiting resource. Although, actually, for Flash right now, it's both gas and minerals, and he doesn't have any units in his main. So that vulture run is very, very smart there. Oh, EMP coming. Oh, EMPing almost all of those battle cruisers. I think the battle cruisers are all going to be very. I think most of them got hit there. We can't tell, obviously, you know, how much energy
That's
they
why
have.
Flash is moving in. Flash managed to EMP those battlecruisers, and now he's taking off advantage of the opportunity to actually lay an attack. Yeah, I'm not sure all of them got hit, but a lot of them got hit. And so his opponent is forced to retreat. Flash not able to make too much inroads, though. I think this is a good advantage, a good opportunity for Flash to clear out a little bit of the middle. I guess he wanted to try and kill some cruisers, but he wasn't able to do that. The problem for Flash still is that Upmagic has just had such a big lead that even though Flash is chewed into it, he's not really been able to come back. And Upmagic is using his more diverse force to good advantage. First he sent in the vultures, Flash produced vultures of his own to counter, and now the Wraiths are going in to take out Flash's vultures. And Flash really just needs to have a showdown with his battlecruisers. That's his only hope. And he's going to have to try and do it before his opponent's Yamatos all recharge. And looks like Upmagic is really Flash and trap here, but Flash's situation is desperate.
Oh my god, Yamato!
Massive Yamatos! Upmagic just doesn't have the Yamatos to fight back. I still haven't seen a single Yamato fired by Upmagic.
No,
and
not
Upmagic's
one.
Raids are not joining the battle either.
Oh
and Flash
my god.
is just making complete mincemeat of Upmagic's battlecruisers, and even if Upmagic continues to harm Flash's base with his siege tanks and raids, it's not going to be enough because now Flash is going to wipe out all his starports and his battlecruiser production capability, and it doesn't matter if Flash doesn't have too many buildings left. Meanwhile, Upmagic's managed to produce a science vessel as well and get it away. Flash should do well to chase that to avoid getting EMP'd, although it's going to just take far too long for Upmagic, and the science vessel gets taken out, and now this is going to be GG. Flash has an unstoppable battlecruiser force hovering above Upmagic's base, and anything Upmagic produces is pretty much going to get insta-killed, and Flash is just going to two-shot all of those, and Upmagic with a skeleton army is trying to kill Flash's buildings, but it is hopeless. I think this is going to be GG to Flash, but Flash is mined out. Upmagic still has a couple of mines that are still running, but I don't think it's going to be enough, Cholera. I don't think he can do anything here, can he?
No, I don't think he can. I mean, you know, Flash is going to take down the... Okay, there he goes with the physics lab. He's going to take down a lot of the production. Now, Upmagic does have his production spread around. He does have economy left, so this is, you know, like, he's down by maybe 10 points, and there's like 3 minutes left in the Super Bowl. Can you do it? I don't know, but I mean, it does look pretty unlikely though at this point. And you know, Flash just playing brilliantly there. Upmagic playing very poorly, to be honest, with his battlecruisers. He did really well until the final stage of the game. I guess he just doesn't like them or never practices with them because he didn't have a science vessel out to EMP. He just forgot. Flash didn't forget. And that EMP was what made a big difference. Another thing was Flash moved in when all the Wraiths were hanging out his own main base. So Upmagic just didn't have a chance to, you know, to use them at all. And there's Flash with some Valkyries just to make sure Cloak Wraiths don't kill him. And it's going to be it. I mean, Upmagic is going to go all in here and try to kill Flash's buildings off, but it doesn't matter. He still has battlecruisers, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, Flash will be able to pull those battlecruisers back in time, I'm sure. Upmagic now committing himself to this attack, making an all-out ground force, and he's just hoping that he can distract Flash enough so that he can build up a ground force of his own. But Flash has a lot of buildings there, and Flash, meanwhile, taking out Upmagic's buildings as well. But Flash needs to, I think, go in and take out Upmagic's forces and defenses in the middle of the map. But Flash still mining from that one last base. That's all that he's got left. And once he wipes out this ground force that Upmagic has, even if Upmagic manages to rebuild a little bit, and he's using his SCVs to fight as well. But I still got to say, the one thing that I've noticed this entire game is that Upmagic has not fired one single Yamato cannon shot.
Yeah, I know.
And I think if he's looking for a reason why he lost, that's probably one of the big ones.
Yeah, nothing more to be said than that. I mean, sometimes it just comes down to something like Yamato, but when it's Terran versus Terran, you guys all got battle cruisers, then it's going to be the Yamato that determines it, especially when they're all equally 3 through 3. And now Flash, like you're saying, going to bring the battle cruisers home, and yeah, there's nothing Upmagic can do. The fear of God has been struck by Flash. This is the last, battle cruisers are so rare, we always remember the games where they came out. Obviously, Savior versus Firebat Hero, prime example of a moment we'll always remember in battlecruiser history. Firebat Hero versus Jaedong more recently. I'm not sure if Klazart was around to watch that, but Firebat Hero beat Jaedong with battlecruisers, also very impressive. There was a tied game on Blue Storm with battlecruisers, but that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't remember that many recent battlecruisers, especially nothing as epic as this. And yeah, it looks like this Goliath's doing a lot of damage. Oh no, not getting at that battlecruiser. The thing is, if he decides to go all Goliaths, Flash will just simply have to build a couple more tanks, and then tank battlecruiser destroys pure Goliaths.
Yeah, Flash is being quite clever here, but Flash is going to lose his battlecruiser. He's using his he's almost lost the battlecruiser. He's just going to be able to pull it back to repair it. Yeah, unfortunately for Upmagic, he can't push the Goliaths out to try and take the tanks down, because if he did that, then the Goliaths would die to Flash's one single siege tank. But now what Flash has done is he's killed both of Upmagic's siege tanks with Yamatos. Even though he's taken heavy damage on 2 of his battlecruisers, it's not going to bother him, and it's just only a matter of time now before Flash closes his game out. The other thing is that Flash has got 3-3-3, but when Flash had 2-2-2, Upmagic had 1-1. That's what Upmagic. Upmagic had 1-1-1 to Flash's 2-2-2 on top of the Yamato cannon. So he was never going to win those battles if with that cumulative advantage of the Yamatos as well as the upgrades.
Absolutely, and here Upmagic just trying to do what he can here. Flash also building a lot of. Oh no, sorry, that's Upmagic building a lot of Goliaths. That wouldn't make any sense for Flash to build them. Flash rebuilding. Well, looks like he was just about to put down more factories, but he cancels them. Looking at the food count, I mean, and the mineral count, Upmagic still has a significant amount in the bank, still doing some harassment damage to Flash. Smart play here, just trying to delay Flash from building up the tank force he needs to push out. Flash might be forced to send a couple of battlecruisers home and defend, which is not that bad of an idea because Upmagic doesn't have any ability to move forward anyway, so he might as well. And there's a couple Valkyries. They could be very good anti-Wraith, of course. Gonna spot all the SCVs from Upmagic, gonna join the war here, and Flash has gotten his SCVs too. This map is actually nearly mined out. Oh, the science facility goes down. Oh, so battlecruisers no more for Flash, but I don't think he's going to want any more battlecruisers with these Goliaths out. Now, the thing is, +3 upgraded Goliaths are actually cost-effective against battlecruisers alone. They're very cost-effective, but you're supposed to have tanks with them, and Flash has some tanks, but he doesn't have that many, so he's going to be forced to retreat here, in fact. Wow!
Yeah, and Flash is taking heavy damage to his battlecruisers from the raids. He's just trying to hope to outrun until his Valkyries can come into play and chase those. But the Valkyries are going to take heavy damage from the Goliaths as well. And Flash is actually in trouble here. He might actually get overrun by Goliaths because those battlecruisers are very slow moving. He doesn't have tanks, and Upmagic's managed to delay his tank production, and Flash is running and trying to find some cliff to hide behind. He's lost one of his battlecruisers. Flash has got 3 tanks out now, but Upmagic is, I'm sure, going to use his raids against those siege tanks and sacrifice them. But Upmagic is now going to be able to use that massive Goliath force, but Upmagic is now out of minerals as well. Although actually Flash is the player who's out of minerals, and the map is mined out, and actually we might have a shocking win here for Upmagic, who looked like he was down and out, but Upmagic is still continuing to mine a few minerals. Flash is mined out. Upmagic still with 1,600 minerals left, and his battlecruiser fleet is in trouble. So Upmagic might have pulled a surprise victory just when we'd written him off. He might have pulled something special out of the bag. Flash, the thing is, Upmagic has used a lot of his SCVs, and those SCVs are really what's key for Upmagic, because he's able to use those SCVs to power through against Flash's siege tanks. Upmagic doesn't know that Flash is running out of minerals, I think, but yeah, he was able to use his SCVs to power past Flash's siege tanks, and Flash has got no minerals left, but he has got 5 siege tanks. The problem for Flash is that he has to be in siege mode with those siege tanks to really be effective. So Flash has now got 6 siege tanks, and he's going to have to protect them with his life if he's to have any chance in this game, because he's completely mined out. He needs to try and resecure that middle mineral base, but unfortunately for him, I think he's lost all of his SCVs. But Upmagic's he has got SCVs, but Upmagic's Goliaths are in and those mineral patches are key. If Flash can somehow try and secure those mineral patches and defend them and hold them with the siege tanks and his battle cruisers, he'll be able to build up enough of a siege tank force to win this game. So Flash is being quite clever here. He's sneaking in those SCVs, and now he's positioned his siege tanks to try and cover his battle cruisers. It's just a question of Upmagic. Upmagic has got a lot of SCVs of his own, and he's repairing his raids. So he's going to go in for another massive push against Flash's tanks. And if he manages to take Flash's tanks out this time, there's no coming back. And Flash is trying to use the Goliath, the vultures to spot and to try and defend his siege tanks. And he has got his siege tanks very well positioned on higher ground. So those, and he uses a couple of comsat scans to ward away the SCVs as well, but the raids are going to go and kill Flash's SCVs, so Flash is in huge trouble here. The raids pounding away at his buildings, and it's just a question of whether Flash is actually going to be able to fight back here.
I mean, I was just hoping that, you know, honestly, if Flash had built a couple of Goliaths in his main base a little bit while ago when he was busy tearing apart Upmagic, he would have been fine, because, oh no, but hold that thought, here comes some tanks from Flash, going to stop the last of Upmagic's mining here. Upmagic, I think the right side's run out for him, too. So, yeah, Upmagic is no longer mining. His mineral count is stuck at 1,200. No, 1,208. Maybe he's mining from, like, one patch somewhere or distance mining. But, regardless, oh, only one scanner, but it's enough. The scanner's still there. Raids are going to go down a little bit careless, or maybe Upmagic was taking a gamble that Flash had no more command centers. In fact, Flash only has one command center left. Wow, just look at that. And he's covering up the comsat with the barracks so that they can't get targeted individually, because obviously that would win the game for Upmagic also with his cloak rates.
Yeah, and Upmagic's actually sending his Goliaths in now and his Goliath force in to try and wipe out Flash's base, and that gives Flash a chance to chase down some of these raids. Those raids are still in play, and if Flash loses, Flash has a decent amount of gas, so he can still produce a science vessel, but he doesn't have a science facility, and Upmagic is heading for that command center with the comsat on it. Flash doesn't have the minerals either to actually be able to rebuild that comsat, so once that command center gets taken down, I think Upmagic hasn't found it yet, he doesn't know where Flash is hidden the command center with the comsat, but if Upmagic finds that command center, it will be GG for Flash. Meanwhile, Upmagic is just destroying all of Flash's buildings. Flash still not in a position to be able to fight back.
Oh,
he's just holding back for the very last second. Upmagic trying to snipe some of those SCVs with those raids, and he's doing a great job of it. And it actually looks like, against all the odds, when it looked like Flash had pulled off the most unlikely of upset returns, Upmagic is finally going to be able to make that mineral and gas that he had accumulated advantage tell against Flash and produce the victory.
Well, I mean, I don't know, though. I mean, it's still very, very... I don't know what to say. I mean, Flash, right now, if he can just get a turret or something up, he can defend himself against raids. But no, he can't get a turret up. He's trying to build a turret. Oh, there he goes. But he's forced to attack there. But I'm sure Upmagic saved some of his raids. Yeah, there's the main wraith force. He's forced to scan there, rather, to attack the raids. Now Flash knows that he needs to get a turret up. Look at him. He's trying to find a command center to drop those minerals off. He's 72 minerals right now, as you can see. Right, he's going to have enough to build a turret now, but oh my god, and Flash, I don't know why he's hanging around this position here. Oh no, look at this! Flash has no scan left, and this is going to be it. The turret's not done yet. Oh my god, losing so much here.
Yeah, this is going to be GG, unfortunately, for Flash, because he's lost all of his battle cruisers.
Wow.
He's lost at least half of his battle cruisers, and the turret just came in too late for him. And Upmagic using one wraith at a time to waste Flash's scans. Now the command center is going to go down to the Goliaths as well, and Upmagic is actually going to win this against... We thought it was GG.
Wow.
And really, I feel slightly agreed. I feel Flash probably deserved that victory more than Upmagic did, because Upmagic had that huge lead and threw it away, and Flash played brilliantly to come back into the game. But I guess Upmagic... you've got to give credit to Upmagic for fighting. And
no, I give a lot of credit for Upmagic.
But I do feel that Flash probably deserved that victory. I feel that Flash probably deserved that victory more than Upmagic did. But well played, Upmagic. This is going to be GG right here.
Yeah, it's going to be GG because Flash right now, he's left on top of a hill here, and that's it. I mean, had he decided to corral himself like this, he might have been able to force a draw, in fact, now that I'm thinking about it. Had he built a number of turrets and corralled his tanks around, he might have actually forced a draw because... There are so few minerals on the map that Upmagic might not have been able to build a force large enough to defeat it. But as it is right now, I think Flash is not going to be able to win this game because, or not be able to force a tie rather, because there's just way too many forces coming from all sides here. Look at how many Goliaths there are, and SCVs coming from behind. The SCVs are going to help too, and yeah, and the raids now coming in. And if they could just take down the turret, it'll go down. It's all over. Yeah, it's all over. GG coming from Flash. Wow, the video ends. Okay, well, I mean,
that was a great game of StarCraft.
What a great game of StarCraft. And when he was busy killing stuff inside of Upmagic's base, if he only had like 3 Goliaths in his main base, he wouldn't have gotten harassed by the raids. He wouldn't have gotten harassed by the vultures. You know, I think just cumulatively, Upmagic was just too good with those harassments. When all seemed to be lost, Upmagic still held hope, and that hope carried him through to the end.
Yeah, Upmagic used his maneuverability to maximum advantage there. He did have the smaller units, but he knew that the battle cruisers were unwieldy and slow, and he was able to take advantage of that. But again, I think Flash. I think at the end, what really helped Upmagic win was that he had established this huge lead, which really should have given them the victory very early on in the game. And it was only Flash's
Right.
genius that allowed him to come back at all. Any other player would have probably succumbed far sooner than Flash did. So I think Flash, despite losing, has probably if it was possible, or made a lot more new fans today.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to say, Upmagic showed that he had piss poor Yamato play, piss poor battlecruiser play, but at the end, man, the perseverance of that kid. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like most players would have just thrown their hands up and said GG when 15 battlecruisers were in their base. I mean, literally, he had that many battlecruisers. Instead, Upmagic just decided to play small ball. He decided to convert his economic lead to a large group of Goliaths, and he attacks strategically important positions, taking out expansion after expansion, production facility after production facility, and then finally coming down with a win at the end. I think Flash was actually just confused when his battlecruisers were over Upmagic's main base. He had a choice. He could either go home and defend before half of his base got killed, or he could finish off Upmagic, and he didn't do either. I mean, I felt like he could have easily finished off Upmagic's remaining mining spots also, but he didn't. He decided to do a little bit of both, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, no, I think Flash was initially busy killing the starports to prevent Upmagic from producing any more battle cruisers. And while he was doing that, Upmagic started producing Goliaths. But there was still a time when Upmagic didn't have a large fleet of Goliaths. I think maybe Flash thought he had won before he'd actually won, and he got a little bit overconfident. And
Exactly, I
that's
think
why
so.
he took his foot off the pedal. He took his foot off Upmagic's neck, and then Upmagic just stood up and stabbed him in the chest. So Flash goes down. Great play by Upmagic, though.
What an epic game. I mean, this will come down in the annals of, I think this is comparable to a Firebat Hero versus Savior. Up Magic, just so many reverses back and forth. I've just described all of them. Doesn't need to be said again. Although, ironically, the one with the battle cruisers loses this time. Yeah, stellar play from both players. And this is going to be an intense group, like I promised you guys in our last cast. I mean, this is just a ridiculous group here. Flash and Up Magic, and the other two players, Luxury and Jaedong, right? Yeah, Luxury and Jaedong in this group. Absolutely insane.
Is Jaedong in this group? Are you sure about that?
Actually, I'm not sure. You know what? I'm actually wrong. It's a Terran and a Protoss. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's Group D. I'm thinking I'm getting the Group of Death mixed up with this one. But the other two players are, who are they again, Klazart?
I'm just trying to look that up right now. I'm pretty sure it's not Jaedong. I have a feeling that Flash is actually going to be okay
That's
because I
Best
don't
versus
think.
Hwasun. Best and Hwasun.
Right. So I think Flash is probably going to be able to take down Huashin and Best. Actually, it's Flash, Up Magic, and Best. You're right. So I think Flash still has a good chance of getting through. But he's really up against it now because he's going to have to win both of his matches. He has no margin left for error. And again, I think putting aside all the great stuff we saw in that game, we can't ignore the fact that Flash allowed himself to be corralled into the top half of the map
Right.
in the
To
first
start with.
in the first 15 minutes of the game. Right. And both players had fairly similar build orders to start out with. Flash just didn't play as well, and Up Magic with just a little bit of vulture harass. And it's I think it's kind of fitting that it was his harass that won him the day in the end, because it was his harass that gave him that advantage early on, just killing the few Marines that allowed his raids to come into play, his first couple of raids to come into play early on, continue to produce the raids and using them to harass Flash throughout the game. I think those little clever tricks that Up Magic did, Flash, despite being a superior standard player, wasn't able to account for Up Magic's innovation, and that was what did him in the end. It was Up Magic's ingenuity.
Yeah, and with that, I mean, what an end, a fitting end to a great game. I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. Anything left from you, Klazart?
GG. Now that kids is a GG.